In this video, I'm going to show you how I installed these two 200-watt Renogy solar panels on the roof of my RV. Let's get to work and start saving some money. All right, well, we're back at the storage yard. Today's the solar day, so the first thing I need to do is get all of this stuff up on the roof and fill this bucket right here up with some water so we can get things cleaned. So, see you up on the roof. So I was a little worried about how I was going to get the solar panels up to the roof from the ladder, and because I always do all these things solo. So I thought, well, it worked last time. I'm just going to back my truck up. I'll stand on the truck. I should be able to set the panels up here on the top, then climb the ladder, and then put them where I need to. They're 200-watt panels, so they're a little bit heavy. I can't remember what the spec is on them for weight, but it's a little difficult going up the vertical ladder, the RV vertical ladder, and carrying it one-handed and holding the ladder and doing all that stuff. So I think this will be a little safer. I can just hand them up there and then be done. The Renogy 200D, just the basic monocrystalline panels. Way easier than climbing the ladder. I'm so glad I decided to do this. All right, so this is my existing panel. It's just a little 50-watt one that came with the RV just to keep the batteries charged up. So it's connected here. I already have the pre-wiring and all that stuff, so that makes it awesome. I'm just gonna disconnect here and here to get this one out of the way. And then what I wanna do is get this panel off the roof. I'm not sure I can do this with one hand. Get this panel off the roof so that I'm gonna put one panel here, right, in between this one and this one. And then the other panel's gonna go up here, right down the center. And it's roughly the same width as this one. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna be able to reuse these brackets just because of the clearance and all that stuff, but I might leave them. That way I don't have to worry about the holes that it left. I'm not sure yet, but I wanna get this out of the way so that I don't have any restrictions as far as placement when I put the new one in here. So I'm gonna put you on the tripod so you can see how we do these, and then see what I can do to get this thing off. All right, so these have little tabs here, and then you just disconnect it. It's hitting that. There we go. Positive and negative, you can't do them wrong. Push those tabs in and then slide it off. I don't know if you could tell, but my roof, let me pull you back over here. My roof has a slope, right? So that's why I'm trying to go right down the middle so that I don't have to get super tall brackets to lift this up to eat up the, so it doesn't hit the bottom here. But that's the problem with this one, is why it's low on the sides. All right, so you got this gap here, but if you go up to the front, there you can see how it's, you got a big gap here, and then it gets low, and then it's a big gap because of the slope of the roof. So I'm gonna try to take this guy off and see what I can, see if how it'll fit. And then so what I'll do, just a quick rundown. Take this guy off. I'm gonna bring those guys, one of them back here, lay it out where I want it, mark where the feet are gonna go, and then I've got two different types. I've got some simple green, because everybody says simple green is awesome. A little bit of water. I got some simple green to start cleaning. I brought some magic erasers because I want to try that, and then I'll wipe it down with alcohol afterwards, just so that everything's nice and clean. And then that way when I put the lap sealant, which is this guy here, this lap sealant here, it'll have something to stick to. So bring it back over here and let's get this going. I think I said it already. I really want to get this off without having to dig all this out and leave these. So I'm gonna try to reach up underneath here. It's a 10 millimeter. I can reach under here and loosen these, just not a lot of space here to reach and touch. So I'm just kind of flying blind here. I guess this is the problem with this style of a mount, is you can't take these off without either, I didn't want to cut it, but you can't take them off with any kind of ease. And she's off. So, like I said, I think I'm gonna keep these brackets here. That way I don't have, oh, there goes a lock washer. That way I don't have any holes to patch. I was just gonna put some Eternabond tape over it, but I don't have to. Why? And then, like I said, I'll pull a measurement on these. If I could use these as the back ones, since they're already in and secure, why not? It's one less set of holes to go through the roof. I'm just cleaning these up so I don't lose them. Not that I need them anymore, but go from there. All right, I'm gonna get the panels out and start putting these brackets on the new panels. So it's just about 1/4 of an inch or so off, that much and that much, from being able to use these same brackets. So no worries, I'm gonna still leave them. And then this is where it's gonna go, right there. So I'm gonna square it up, put the brackets on, pull the tape from here and here and here and here, and make sure that it's centered and square. And then I'll mark it, then I'll clean these spots, and then we'll screw it down. So I bought the actual Renogy brackets, so there wouldn't be any issues. These are the Renogy brackets. Oop, there you go, Renogy. And then it comes with all the hardware, nuts and bolts and all that stuff. Now, one thing to point out real quick, these are the screws that it comes with to screw it to the roof. These are metal screws, right? So what I did was I bought these. These are, focus, there we go. These are 1 inch by 1/4, well, 1/4 inch by 1 inch long. Same as a number 14 if you wanted to go metric, if that's all you had. So 1 inch, 1/4 inch by 1 inch long. And then these are just lag bolts that I'll go into the plywood. So I guess the big controversy, maybe it's not a big controversy, I just overthink things, is do you have to go into the trusses? Now, there aren't that many trusses here. I don't know if you can see it, but like right there, you can see kind of a clean spot. That's one truss. And then there's another one way up there. So the span is quite a bit. So I'm just gonna go into the plywood, and then with the lap sealant or Diacor or whatever, that'll help hold the brackets down as well. They're super low profile, so there shouldn't be a whole lot of wind and uplift. But anyhow, so that's what I'm doing. Like I said, just 1/4 by 1 inch lags to go through there. That way they've got some meat on the screws to bite into the wood, whereas these guys, these are meant for metal, and there's just not a lot of grab with these threads. So these other ones should hold way better. So anyhow, I'm gonna put these brackets on and start getting the layout going. I know this is face down, but I put the little foam piece that it came with underneath to protect the glass. In case if you were wondering why I got it laying down on the roof. These brackets from Renogy do come with these instructions, but they're not really instructions. They're just a letter. But I mean, you're just bolting brackets, so it's not rocket science. I'm gonna see how many lock washers they gave me to see if I'm putting them on both sides or just the one. It looks like just one. 1, 2, 3. Missing one. Oh, it's on there already. 4. Yep, so we'll just go on the underside. So bracket, bolt. How many washers? All right. Washer, washer, lock washer, nut. Snug it up to it, tighten it down. I don't know if I can do this with just one or if I need to get a ratchet too. I brought them. Yep, I'm gonna get them good and tight, and it's starting to spin. So I'm gonna get another ratchet. Gonna get these GNT good and tight. Coming in just to the second one in instead of the outside one. I don't think I need them out there. Could put it on the outside. I'm gonna go with that. It's not gonna go anywhere. See, I'm choking up on it, so I'm not gonna be able to get too crazy with it and go Hercules tight. Show you what this is here. So again, it's just a washer underneath. Washer, lock washer, nut. Tighten her down. Good and tight. Now I'm just gonna lay this out. Tuck this under so it doesn't blow away. It's starting to get a little windy. This is right up against that vent, so I might want to slide it back. So I might be taking those front brackets off. Just looking at this real quick. Oh, yeah, because we're not touching because of the vent. This guy is on both sides. Yep, we're good. Slight gap. So I gotta take those guys off. At least the front set. And I'll clean it and turn the bond down. So I'll bring you in, show you what my plan is for that. All right, so I just got a little scraper. I'll scrape this off the top so I can get down to the screws. That's the bracket. So you want to be careful not to scrape the roof. Bring it over this side. Scrape this off of, there's one screw. It'll be interesting to see what they used for screws from the factory. I've seen people use like drywall knives or whatever, but this has got a bit of an edge. This is, in my opinion, the right tool for it. And then we'll just clean it up. Cover the holes, the screw holes. I don't know if you can see that wiggling. Look at that, I could probably take that screw out without even. So that'll tell you that this die core is really what's doing the holding. So I'm not that worried about those 1/4-inch screws that I went with are huge. Should be good. And these are just the standard square head screws that are in everywhere else in the RV. Look at that, finger loose. Seriously. Witness. careful not to gouge the roof here as I'm pulling this. It just comes up. It's not terribly difficult. Our RV's not super old, but it's not brand new either, so. Let me get this guy loose. This one grabbed a little bit more than the other one. I actually need to get a screwdriver for this guy. So I'll just shoot a little die cord down inside of the holes that these were out of, and I'll put a piece of a Turn-a-Bond tape over the top. Yep, I gotta get a screwdriver. I can't twist this guy. So I probably could have got away with buying less brackets, but I didn't want to. Originally the plan was to leave this guy, right? I'll just do the same thing on the other side. All right, well, I decided to just take them both off. I'm gonna clean these up when I clean these ones up, but I'm gonna get this laid out. So the layout, just real quick before I do it, the whole thought process is to see what's gonna give you shadows. So if this is gonna cast a shadow, I need to make sure that it's farther away. That's the whole thing with that vent. If I can get away from that vent so it doesn't cast a shadow on the solar panel, then all the better, which is why I'm trying to make sure that I stay clear of the AC unit, because that'll be the highest point, and that's what's going to cast the biggest shadow. So I'm trying to stay clear of that. So I'm going to stay up front here and then lay things out and go from there. Okay, so I'm going to do one with the eraser, one with a simple green, and see which one does better. They're both going to get the alcohol afterwards, but a little scrubber, see what I can do there. A little bit of water, magic eraser over here on this side, see what I can do, and then, like I said, see which one's better. And I'll do that one for all the other. This is way cleaner. I was scrubbing the entire roof to try to get it good. I would certainly use simple green, but for this little spot cleaning, I think catch it. I'm trying not to. I just washed the RV, so I'm trying not to spill everywhere and make a mess. So, yep, magic eraser for the win. Less mess on my towel, which is going to be the wipe it down with alcohol towel. So there we go. Forgot my scissors, so I got these really bad cuts. All right, quick update. So I got these, this was the back one, the first one I put on, cord's hanging out. And then here's the second one, cord's hanging out. So I just got to run the cord from here over to there, do the splitter, and then tie it in. So I'm going to do that right now. And then I'm just going to use the Eternabond tape to stick it to the roof to kind of just do some cable management. I'm going to come down. I'm going to go from here over, and I'm just going to go down, and then back that way. So you'll see that. One thing that I wanted to mention, well, here's just do the die core over that. That's pretty straightforward. Everybody does that. I didn't test these before I screwed them down, and I have my voltmeter here. I'm just a big dummy and I forgot to do it. So, and then I got a couple of little spots of die core on there because I got it all over my hands. And so I'm gonna clean those up after I'm done. But while you're up here, I had a few little spots up here that needed to be touched up. Sorry, it's windy. Hopefully that doesn't come through. But then also, I've got this little guy here who's just I don't know if a stick hit it or what, but that's just a tear in the membrane. So I'm gonna maybe cut that. I don't know if I can get that to sit flush. Yeah, I can get that in there. And then I'm just gonna put a piece of Eternabond tape over that to seal that up. So, you know, I mean, you're up here, you might as well check things out. But that's what it looks like from here. And then I just got some cable management, and then we're done. Clean up. I got a bunch of footsteps everywhere, or footprints everywhere down here. I just got done cleaning the roof here. I scrubbed it before I did all of this anyways, but still tracking because we got asphalt, you know, blacktop out here. So anyways, cable management, and then I'll check it out at the charger controller. Okay, again, I apologize for the wind. It's a little windy today. Perfect day to be up on the roof of an RV, right? Anyways, this is what the finished product looks like. So I've got 2 solars. There's the two 200-watt Renogy panels. The core cable management came up through here, and then that was my little patch, that hole that I showed you, and then I had a couple little spots up here. I had some extra die core. Back the other way. Happy with it. Just checked my app, and good voltage, all that stuff. I went down. I'll show you. I went down and I'll show you what I did before I plugged everything in, just to make sure that everything was correct, polarity was correct, and all that stuff. So I'll show you down there in the compartment. All right, so now we're underneath here in where the solar charger controller is. Now, what I did before I plugged anything in was, which way did I go? There we go. Was I hit the breaker, I disconnected the negative. I'll just do it. Disconnected the negative. Then I went up and I plugged in everything. Then I put my voltmeter on, and then I checked to see if my polarity was correct. Oh, breaker's off. To see if my polarity was correct. And as you can see, I put the red on. I told you I disconnected the negative. So it says negative, so it means it's reverse polarity, but that's because I put these on the wrong. So that's the positive, that's the negative, and I already got 21 volts coming from the roof. So I did that before I plugged it into the charger controller here, because I didn't want to do anything crazy. I don't know if it's got reverse polarity. I think it'll probably tell you if it's reverse, but I thought better safe than sorry. Let me just turn it off because it's easy to check, and I have my meter. So that's what I did before I fried anything. So I checked it with my app. I'm gonna see if I can do some screen recording of the voltage and everything, but like today is just a really gloomy, yucky day, which I guess was good to do the solar install, but not so great for generating. So I think I'm gonna try to put on some power, burn some electricity so I can watch it change and move. I can't get into my RV because I'm at storage, and the RV that's right next to me is too close for my stairs to swing down. But I'm gonna turn the lights on. I got some lights outside. I can do a few other things that'll pull some 12 volt, and then I can watch it work. So I'm gonna do that on a screen record, and then I'll put it in here probably during this whole conversation.
Alright, so while I was editing this video, I noticed that I missed a few things. One, on the roof here, I used this extension cord that went from the solar panel in the front to the solar panel in the back, and then I used this connector to, it's kind of a Y splitter or whatever you want to call it, to connect everything together, and then tied that into the main connector that went down in through the roof. So anyways, I wanted to come in and make sure that I pointed that out and put that information in here. And anyhow, that's going to wrap it up for this one. I also didn't record an outro. So that's going to wrap it up for this one, and I hope to see you in the next video.